All right, and I am live. It's been a while. Hopefully the audio is okay. Oh man, I think it's been, well, I went live with a Black Ops stream like maybe 3 weeks ago or four now, but it's been like at least 4 months, I think, since I've done a regular live stream. And I've been wanting to get back in the swing of things, so I figured what better way to do that than with going through my comic book collection. Uh, for anybody that's been around my channel a while, the background's a little different now. I moved some stuff around and set my wrestling display up back there. But I wanted to do this to just kind of help get me out of my funk a little bit and go through some comic books because honestly, I've been like losing my passion for collecting lately. So I thought maybe going through some books, some old books from the past would kind of help reignite that a little bit. So I'm starting with my Superman box because why not? Let's do this. Kicking it off, I have an Action Comics reprint. I can't remember what year this reprint is from. It might have been late 80s or very early 90s. And I have the Action Comics 1 facsimile. Awesome book right there. It was really cool reading this and actually getting to read the story of Superman's origin. That was really cool. Again, hopefully my audio is all good. I didn't really test it beforehand. This whole thing was just kind of a last minute decision. Got some very early Silver Age here. Superman issue 111. This was a AOK several years ago from my buddy Trix over on Instagram. It's Natrix here on YouTube. And see, it says early Silver Age, 1957 on the back. This was still a 10-cent cover. I've got an Action Comics 296 here. Some more Silver Age goodness. Yo, what's up, Big O? How's it going, man? Like I was saying earlier, it's been forever since I've done a live stream, so I'm just trying to get back in the swing of things. And going through my comics is always a good way to help me out doing that. I love looking at these old issues. Got Action Comics 338. Muto, the Monarch Menace. There's a lot of glare on these because these are in Mylar, but that's a pretty good look at the cover. What you been up to this weekend, Big O? Got Action Comics 355 here, some more Silver Age goodness. I love these covers where they got like Clark and Superman on the same cover. That's one thing I used to try to collect whenever I saw it. Wrapping up spring break for you. Oh, nice, man. Got a Superman issue 192, it looks like. It's funny, when I first started collecting, it was late 92, early 93. And I was just all about 90s books. But in the past, I guess 5 years or so now, I've really been focusing on the Silver Age. I really enjoy a lot of these Silver Age stories. Got Superman 195 here. Here's a favorite cover of mine. It's Superman issue 201. And I'm not sure which cover came first, if the Spider-Man issue 50 cover came first, or if this issue came first. But one of them is an homage to the other one. I'm pretty sure, anyways. I just don't know which one came out first. But I love, again, Superman Clark Kent on the same cover. One of my favorites. Here's one that I didn't pick up until I saw it over on the Gray Man's channel. I saw him show this book, and it's the first time I saw the cover. So I had to go get it. It's Superman issue 204. I believe it's a Neil Adams cover. But like I said, after I saw Gray Man show this cover, I had to go track it down. You think ASM 50? I wasn't sure, but probably so. Here's another Superman Clark Kent cover I picked up at a local shop, issue 209. See, we've got Superman issue 214 here. I'm probably just going to do one box on this stream, so it's not like forever. But I think I'm going to start doing these more regular and just kind of go one box at a time until I get through my collection. Got Superman 226. Awesome King Kong homage here on the cover. Superman issue 20. I actually can't see the issue here because it's kind of cut off, but it starts with a 25. It might be issue 25 in the second volume. I'm not sure, or it could just be cut off on the side there. That must have been cut off because there's another 20 center and it's issue 279. Another favorite cover of mine, Batgirl, appearing in the issue. Some of these bags probably need to be replaced, but I'm not in a place where I can do that right now. Some of these bags have probably been on the comics for 20 plus years. So I've got issue 258 here. That's out of order a little bit. I'm gonna have to work on that. That's Superman 286. Cool statue coming to life cover there. Parasite guest star. I do actually have a Parasite first appearance, but that's in a top loader over in another box. So I've got Superman issue 288. I actually have the Australian version of this comic as well. It came from my buddy Simple Simon. That is like a much bigger format book, so that's on the bookshelf right now because it would not fit in the box. But it's the same cover, just a different issue. They got Superman 291. Here's a cool cover, issue 295. And this is a favorite cover of mine. I picked this up on Instagram from boy Johnny. It's Action Comics issue 445, and it's an homage to the Flash issue 123, The Flash of Two Worlds, which was the first Silver Age appearance of Jay Garrick from the Golden Age, and I believe it's the first mention of Earth 2. But yeah, that's a grail of mine, Flash issue 123. Hopefully one day I can get my hands on a beat reader copy for a good deal. But I love that cover homage. Here's Action Comics 458. We got issue 468. Again, Action Comics. This was actually a book I found like years ago at the flea market after I started collecting. Guy at the flea market like back, gosh, maybe 1994. There was a dude down there with 50 cents in dollar boxes. I went through and I just bought a bunch of books. Here's Action Comics issue 469. Got Action 483. Here's a cool wedding cover, Action Comics issue 484. Yo, what's up, man? Thanks for popping in. Hope you're having a good day, brother. Love that cover. It's been forever since I've done one of these going through my collection streams, so I decided to fire them back up. Action Comics 486. Another cool cover. Of course, to me, they're just about all cool covers. Here's another favorite of mine, Superman issue 333. Got an awesome Bizarro and Lois Lane cover. Absolutely love this one. I believe I've used this before in way back when I used to do the Kamigori show. This was one of the books I used on that. Yo, what's up, Alex? Nice finished book. Yeah, it started out with a couple reprints in Silver Age. I'm just kind of going through it in order. Hope you're having a good weekend, Alex. Got Action Comics 487. It's funny, like I was saying earlier, I've been just kind of feeling burnt out on collecting and just kind of losing my passion for it, but I still love going through these old books and bringing back memories. Got Action Comics 488. Introducing a new feature, Airwave. Actually, I don't even remember this character at all down at the bottom. I might have to leave this out and read that again. It's been a long time. It's halftime at Kentucky basketball game. Oh, nice, man. Here's a great Lex Luthor cover, issue 386. Got Giant Lex in the power suit. Yeah, I kind of decided to jump on last minute I just kind of made the decision like 30 minutes ago. If I'm ever going to actually get back in the hang of streaming, I need to start somewhere. Got Action Comics issue 556. Superman going to jail there. Here's one I have a double of, but one of them is a newsstand and one is a direct edition. It's Action Comics 584. Very cool issue here. Got a newsstand and the direct. And gosh, I think it was last year. It might have been the year before last. I reviewed this issue over on the Fanboys Live with Magic Lasso. That probably was closer to 2 years ago now. Thanks, Alex. Here's Action Comics issue 588. Man, I have a hard time seeing some of these little numbers. But this is a cool cover with Hawkman and Hawkgirl. The Action Comics issue 589. Here's a two-part story with Big Berta. It's Action Comics 592 and 593. I got this issue. My mom actually picked this up for me for my birthday last year. I can't believe I didn't already have it in my collection, but I didn't. Two very cool issues. I know you're a big Superman collector, but which Marvel character do you prefer to collect? I collect a lot of Marvel actually. Like back there, it says Wolverine on the box, but I keep all my X-Men comics in that because I don't have very many Wolverines, just a small stack. And above it, I've got a Captain America box that's got Punisher, Thor, Incredible Hulk's in there, the Avengers, Captain America, and some Iron Man books too. But I actually collect a lot of Marvel, older Marvel from the 90s and older. But it's hard to pick a favorite character that I collect the most of. But over the past couple years, I've been trying to work on my Spider-Man collection more. So that's probably the Marvel character I have the most of, except for X-Men. It's probably a tie between Spider-Man and X-Men. When I first started collecting back in '93, I was just all Superman for like the first maybe 2 years. And then I started watching like the X-Men animated series and the Spider-Man animated series when I was a kid, and that got me into the Marvel comics too. So I kind of branched out around 1995 or 96. Read two books yesterday, Action Comics Weekly with Black Canary cover. That's an awesome cover if it's the book I'm thinking of, Alex. And Night Thrasher 16. Oh, those are good books. Been working on Web of Spider-Man. That's a good run. There's a Superman versus Superboy cover, issue 591. Yeah, eventually with this series, I'll because my first 4 boxes on top are all Superman comics. So eventually I'll get to the Marvel comics in this series, but I think I'm going to do like 1 box at a time and try to just start streaming more regularly again. Here's Brewster Gold beating down Superman, issue 594. I think I'm going to try and get the classic X-Men run. Oh, that's a good run, man. I've got, gosh, just about the whole run. I got it in like 2 or 3 different AOKs over the last couple years. Classic X-Men is such a good run. This is an issue I picked up at Heroes Con last year. It's the first Silver Banshee, issue 595. And this is another one that I never had in my collection up until I finally found it for a good deal up at Heroes Con. Yeah, I love that they put the back covers on the classic X-Men issues. Is that the one with all the huge keys? No, yeah, the classics was like reprinted stories, but they added more to each book with some new art and stuff. Yeah, it was the first issue of Silver Banshee. Action Comics 595. We got a cool Spectre cover here with Action 596. Action 598. If I manage to get the Heroes Con this year, which I'm not sure right now, it's kind of looking shaky. But the main plan is this year to just kind of fill in some of these gaps with some dollar boxes. Got Action Comics issue 600, the anniversary issue, gold anniversary issue. Got Action Comics Weekly issue 629. And I think this is the only issue of Action Comics Weekly that I own. I got this in an AOK recently. Oh, it's the first appearance of Checkmate. I didn't even know that, Alex. It's been, I don't know how many years since I've read some of these issues. I really need to get back on that. Got Action Comics issue 643. It's a homage to Superman 1, where this is where Superman returned to the title full time after the weekly run. I love homage covers. We got Action Comics 644. Great cover right here. Then we have Action Comics 645. And this is another issue that I didn't know about until I saw Gray Man show it, one of his comic calls. It's the first appearance of Maxima. So again, after I saw Gray Man show it, I had to run out and try to find a copy. And I think I scored it for like $5. It was real cheap. The one with the flying with the orange background. Oh, nice. See if I can find it. This one. Oh yeah, it actually says Checkmate on the issue. I don't know how I never noticed that before. That's another one I'm gonna have to keep out and give a read to. The Action Comics 648. Kind of looks like he's fighting an army of Metallos there. Oh, it actually says Brainiac on the cover though. Brainiac Trilogy Part 2. That's another one I'm gonna have to look out for if I get to go to Heroes Con again. I'm sure I can find some of those in the dollar boxes. Got Action Comics 649. Oh, this is actually part 3 of that issue. So I need to find part 1 up at Heroes Con. Awesome cover on that. Here's another Maxima cover, issue 651. Got a 50-cent price sticker. Oh, that's actually on the book, man. Dang. Never realized that before. I wonder if I can get that off of there without ripping the cover. People that put stickers on comics, I don't know what their mindset is, but they put it right on Superman's face. Dude. There's Action Comics 653. Action Comics Weekly is basically the DC version of Marvel Comics Presents. Oh, cool. This is another issue I need to find up at Heroes Con. I thought I had it, but for some reason I don't. I've got Superman issue 44, part 1 of a crossover with Batman. And I have part 3 of the crossover in Action Comics 654, but I'm missing part 2 of the crossover. I could have sworn I had it, but when I was looking through them last year, before I went to the con last year, I didn't see it. And I looked through plenty of boxes, but I couldn't find issue part 2 to this storyline. That's definitely one I need to try to keep an eye out for this year. Got Action Comics 657. Got Action 660, The Death of Luthor. This was a pickup from last year too, I believe, at last year's Heroes Con. Here we have another double. It's Superman issue 75. One is the newsstand, and the other is the direct edition. And the only difference really is the colors on the newsstand are a lot deeper and brighter, and it's a little more washed out on the direct edition. Don't know if you can really tell that much on camera here. See, we have Superman issue 419. This is a cover that I've had for a few years, and I keep meaning to use it on Instagram during like Halloween, but I always kind of just put it away and forget about it. But that would be a good Halloween cover for Instagram. I gotta try to remember that this year. I don't think I've ever posted that book before, so that'll be a new one. We got Superman issue 423. And this was actually the last issue of Superman. They kept the numbering, but they changed it to Adventures of Superman later on. Here's issue 424. This is where they changed it to Adventures of Superman. And later, they ended up picking up a volume 2 of Superman. I think after Crisis on Infinite Earths, if I'm not mistaken. But this is one of my all-time favorite covers. It always kind of bugged me that it's got like a big streak in it because it was folded down at one point. I picked this up at the flea market. I've always keep meaning to try to find a better copy of this book because it's just, I love this cover. I'm sure it's still cheap. But I think it's the first appearance of Cat Grant. Very minor character in the comics, I would say. You got that one? Awesome, Alex. There's Adventures of Superman 428. Got Adventures of Superman 429. And it's kind of funny. It's almost looks like Gorilla Grodd in Thanos style armor here. So I'm not sure if that's Grodd or if that's a new character. But yeah, it's definitely got some Thanos vibes. Here's Adventures of Superman 430. This is another favorite cover of mine, Adventures of Superman 431. A little bit of dirt in the bag there. That's another one that's had the same bag since I bought it back in like 1994. Here's Adventures of Superman 432. Adventures 433. Adventures 434. Adventures 435. Great cover on this one. Superman chilling in space. Got Adventures 448. Got Adventures 449. Great cover with Guardian here. We got Adventures of Superman 464, and I believe this is the first encounter between Superman and Lobo. I could be wrong, but I think this is the first time those two characters crossed over. I'm not 100% sure though. Which run with Superman is your favorite? Oh man, it's hard to pick a favorite. Cause I loved them all, like Action Comics, Adventures, Man of Steel, Superman, and even though the Man of Tomorrow run they briefly had in the mid '90s. But, as a whole, like I was looking at my Reign of Superman wall, like I can pick out favorite storylines, but it's hard to just pick a favorite run. Like Reign of Superman was the first like comics I read back in the day, so those were like always a favorite as a storyline goes. But if I had to pick one run, it would probably be like the original Superman run or the original Action Comics run rather from back in the day. Got Adventures of Superman 465, which is funny because I have more regular Superman books than I have Action Comics, I think. What's up, Kenneth? How you doing? Hope you're doing well, my friend. We've got Adventures of Superman 466, and I think this one of these is the first appearance of Hank Henshaw. He kind of appears and dies in the same two issues here. It might be this one, but he appeared and died in the same issue, I believe. And these were actually books that I saw Comic Books NYC Covey show, and I went out and I seeked them out after I saw him show them. Yo, what's up, Ranger? How you doing, my friend? I didn't see you pop in. Hope you're doing well. Here's a great cover with Green Lantern and Guy Gardner. Adventures of Superman 473. Always love this cover. Then we have Superman issue 1. This was the rebrand after Crisis on Infinite Earth. And I believe this is the first appearance of the new Metallo. I've got a couple copies of this book, and one of them is in a top loader because it was signed by John Byrne on the interior page, and that was a A-OK from my buddy Covey. See, I've got Superman 2, Identity Revealed. Got Superman issue 3, awesome dark side cover. I'm missing issue 4, the first Bloodsport, the first Bloodsport, issue 4. I'm missing that one. It jumps from issue 3 to issue 7. So I missed a couple there. I'm going to have to be another one more that I'm just going to have to be on the lookout for in the dollar boxes at Heroes Con if I get to go this year. Here's a great Joker cover, issue 9. That's going to be like my biggest focus if I do get to go to the con this year, is just filling in some of these runs from the dollar boxes. There's Superman issue 10. And a lot of these I did pick up at Heroes Con last year in the dollar boxes, which was cool. Got Superman issue 11. Great cover with Mxyzptlk and Lois there. Got Superman issue 12. I can't remember who that character was in the wheelchair. Might have to go back through this issue and check it out. John Byrne's run was great. Oh, definitely. John Byrne had one of my favorite runs ever. Yeah, most all his run you can find in dollar boxes, which is awesome. Superman issue 16, the Kick Me hardcover. Here's another issue with Silver Banshee, issue 17. Great cover on that one. Oh, I remember that character. That was actually I showed an issue earlier that talked about her with LL on the cover, where Superman was dead. Old Neil Adams cover. I totally forgot about that character until you just like put it up there, man. I appreciate that, Ranger. There's Superman issue 21. That's Superman issue 22, another favorite cover of mine. Yep, Silver Age. I don't know what it is with Clark and women with the initials LL, but it was all over the place with that one. Here's issue 25. This is another one that I picked up at the flea market when I was a kid back in the 90s. And I believe this was had something to do with Brainiac messing with Clark's mind. We have Superman issue 28. This one and the next one I picked up at Heroes Con last year as well. Issue 29. Every time I see like Superman on the cover kind of disheveled like that with the 5 o'clock shadow, it always makes me think of the scene from Superman 3 with Christopher Reeve where he split in two. We got Superman issue 32 here going hand to hand with Mongol. Great underrated villain in my opinion. One day I need to pick up his first appearance. I believe it was in a DC Comics Presents issue. I can't remember the issue number right offhand though. Here's another favorite cover of mine, issue 42, Superman issue 42. I love the costume design on the Krypton man there. Very cool looking. And I believe this is the character that goes on to become Eradicator in the Reign of Superman story, if I'm not mistaken. Got Superman issue 43. Got Superman issue 50. Awesome cover here, breaking through the brick wall. And then we're getting into the Man of Steel miniseries here. The 6-issue miniseries. I've got the standard issue 1 cover. A little bit faded up in here, but that's all right. And I've got the variant cover. This miniseries was so good. We've got issue 2 here. I've got the newsstand and the direct edition. We've got issue 3. Cool Batman crossover. We got issue 4. We got issue 5 with Bizarro. And I have 2 copies of issue 6 here with Lana. Again, one is a newsstand and the other is the direct edition. Here we got a cool issue, Action Comics 662. The identity finally gets revealed to Lois there in this issue. Well, the in canon reveal anyway. I think there were several times in the Silver Age where she found out or was close to finding out. But that's a great cover. So here's another all-time favorite cover of mine, Superman issue 53. Love this one. I think I picked this one up on Midtown Comics a couple years ago, back when they were doing like a 75% off sale on back issues. I think I got it for like 50 cents or something. Then we've got Action Comics issue 663. This was phase 2 of the Time and Time Again storyline. This is another one that I need to complete. I'm missing a couple issues in this one. I love this cover too. Of course, I think I can say that about every single cover I have. This here's phase 3 of Time and Time Again with Superman 54. Can't say too much about that cover because YouTube might shut me down. Here's phase 4 of Time and Time Again. No, phase 6. Well, I skipped. See, I went from. I'm missing the first issue, phase 1. And I'm missing phase 4 and 5. Here's Superman 55 with part 6. Here's Man of Steel issue 1. And it's funny, this was another issue I never had growing up. I just recently added this one. Well, I say recently, it's probably been a year and a half or more. I added this to the collection. I got it on a eBay lot. The first, I can't remember, maybe first 7 or 8 issues, I got it for like $7 on eBay. Got Man of Steel issue 2. Got to run. Take it easy, Dave. I'm almost done with this box. I've only got about 4 or 5 issues left. And I think I'm going to end the stream. And next time I do it, I'll move on to the next box. Got Man of Steel issue 3. Man of Steel issue 4. And I'm ending this box off with Man of Steel, Superman issue 60. Another all-time favorite cover of mine. Inner Gang goes down fighting. Love that one. All right, that wraps up box number 1 in going through my comic book collection. Apparently some bad storms for Tennessee and other southern states. I hope you all stay safe down there for anybody in that area. they've been, gosh, for a couple of weeks they were all around us here in North Carolina, but they didn't really like hit bad in my area. The worst we had here was just some high winds and power outage for a couple hours. So my area was fairly lucky. But yeah, that wraps up episode 1 for going through my comic book collection for 2025. I appreciate everybody that hung out in the chat here and just made it a lot more fun. And anybody that watches on the replay, thank you. Until the second episode comes out, which again, I'm going to try to do these more regularly again because it's been like 4 months since I've done a regular stream. And I may throw some more gameplay streams in here and there as well. Yo, what's up, Jeremy? Comic Fury in the house. I was just wrapping it up, my friend. Appreciate you, Ranger. And Alex, take it easy, man. And yeah, I'm going to try to do episode 2 sometime next week, maybe the week after. We'll see how it goes. And I'll catch you guys then. Keep it 9,000. See if I can remember how to end these. There we go. Peace, guys.